Hello people, this is Colin from Can Decorations. I'm back to making videos. This one I wanted to do for ages and ages and ages, and it's more about the tools required to spray on the building site. So let's go through it. Basic one, first of all, spray machine. Right, that's an obvious if you've got to spray on the building site. But what you really do need is a Whiphose. Mine's about 5 foot long. And that is just so handy when it comes to like spraying your staircases, voila! You know, so you're able to bend the cable, you able to bend the hose. It's not as tight because the main hose on the rig is quite firm. The Whiphose is a lot more, it's smaller and more subtle, so you can bend it. Right, okay, next one. Containers for paint. Now I've got various sizes. This one here, 72 litres. And that one there is 40 litres. This one we got here is 25 litre, and I've got 10 and 15 litre ones here. So let's start backwards. 10 and 15 litre ones I use for mainly washing out my spray machine. So I've got one for catching water, one for waste of waste water. This one here, when I'm on site, I throw my tips after I've used them and filters in the water, and then I can take them home and clean them. These ones, this is a 72 litre tub, and this is what I like to mix my paint up when I'm doing houses. I mean, like, you can throw 4 tubs of paint in there, no problem whatsoever, with the water, mix it all up, double it, always by 2, and put one inside the other one, because I had a friend whose tub, he had a single one whose tub, he mixed up 72 litres worth of paint, and the fucker split. You can imagine, he was fucked off because that paint was all over the place. I've got this one here, which I don't really use too much. I mainly use it for carrying stuff. I put it inside the 72 litre, and I'll keep like my brushes in there to clean out my tubs. Towels to put over my spray machine, just bits and pieces, odds and sods and that, so it's not in this main bucket here. So that bucket gets damaged. But also, not only that, sometimes you're spraying in 2 colours, and it is nice to have 2 buckets so you can look up 2 colours rather than using one, wash it out, put the next colour in there. You've got 2 buckets on the go, whisk it all up at the same time, and job done. This one I use for mixing up my primer undercoat. I take it with me, so whatever I've got left stays in the tub. Put the lid on, put it in my van to the next job, so I've got no waste. I do have another one because mainly I paint white houses, so I do have another one, and that's usually got crowns, paint, white emulsion that I use in that one. So any paint that I've got too much of, I haven't used up in spraying the house, I pour in that container and take with me. I don't like waste. I'd rather take it with me. You're never going to get it bang on when you mix up paint. Next thing, I think, obviously, this is a must, because some sites you do have it, and that's power. So you need to get yourself a transformer, a 110s transformer with the leads, you know, so you can plug in your spray machine and you don't have to use a generator, you know. Like now, I have lights. So I'm going to use power. I'm going to use their power. I'm not going to spend money on diesel setting up my generator, which weighs a ton to drag out my van. So there you go. Another important thing to think of when you first start spraying of what you need. Now, I know guys that use drills and he had the whisk to it. I used to do that until it burnt out my drill. And my drill was quite expensive, so I thought, screw that. And I bought this paddle whisker for Plasters. I bought that for 60, 70 quid off Amazon, and I tell you what, it kicks the shit out of mixing the paint. It's excellent. You just stick it in there, whiz it for about less than a minute or a minute, it's done. It is done. So that is well worth its weight in gold. Now, another thing is, I've got a bag for just tips, WD-40, throat seal, guards, filters, and I just keep that in a trainer bag and I'll just throw that on top. So it just is, I just think it's good to keep all your bits and pieces together and it's not floating around in the bottom of a bucket, and then when you come to spray, you're trying to search for things and stuff like that. Right, another thing is that I found, which is a pain in the arse on site, is water. Believe it or not, fucking water. So what I do, I bought 2 jerry cans again. I think I bought these off eBay or Amazon. They're 20 litre each, and I fill these up before I start spraying from home because it can be a pain in the arse to get water from site. So, you know, so you come there, you're self-contained, straight away you got your water, you don't have to worry about run around and try and find water on the site. And this little thing here, it's just nice and handy. I plug this into my tap on the outside house, plug it in, there you go, bang. Instead of trying to hold a 20 litre tin, 20 litre can filling up with water, it's just nice and easy to do that. So that's just a little tip. Also, decent mask. Just to get yourself a decent mask, I replace this every year. It's a 3M 7502 medium one. The M just means it's a medium face mask in there because I haven't got a big head, so I've just got a medium one. This is a must. 3M M3000 hand masker. You can get it over the UK quite easily now. I've got an extended part in it that I've imported from the States, which is this part here, which keeps all this solid. And I'll say, more than anything, that is a must. It eliminates so much brush work. You can just like tape up your kitchen units, tape up the tiles and spray. No cutting in, no fucking brush or roller, just spray the fucker. So I'm happy with that. Real good investment. It did cost me about 100 quid because I just imported a whole lot from the States. But oh, it's worth its money. It's well worth its money. That is something you need to get. And last but not least, spray shields and fall protections. So this is one that I use for spraying my windowsills. If there's no protection of windowsills, I can just use that up against the windowsill and just spray. These are cardboard Trimco spray shields. You do get an attachment for you to be able to put an arm on it, just a wooden arm, pretty much like this spray shield here. I haven't got it out, but I think the cardboard shield's about 90 pence or 80 pence, something like that. It's fairly cheap. One tip, when you buy these and you first use them, what will happen is you will spray on one side, let it dry, and what you find that will happen is it will curve. What you do is you use that same spray shield again once it's dried, you turn it around to the opposite side, to the clean side, you spray, once it dries, it straightens up. So, as you can see, it's quite straight. Take another type of spray shields from my window reveals. I use that for, I like to use this, it's just more firm rather than the cardboard spray shield and that, so that's just my preference. And these are just, whoop, there you go, fool me with one hand, that's what you get. Tread protectors on the UK sites, that's all they are. That's all they are. Freebies, boys, freebies, pick these up. No problem whatsoever using the spray shields. This one here is kind of old now, it's 3 years old. I don't clean it really too well. As you can see, look at that, you dirty bastard. Clean it. But fuck it, I'll just get a new one. I'll go get a new one. It's just, I can't be bothered to clean it. So it's battered as well now. But I use these for under the doors so you don't get overspray on the floor because you're in a building site. And they're fucking arseholes, even though the floor's gonna get covered. They just don't want to see any overspray. They're so paranoid. It's like, why? You're putting underlay down, you're putting carpet down. What difference does it make with a bit of paint on the floor? No, you can't do it. So either way, there you go. I'll do, as I say. Let's show you. And there you go. Just under the door for when you're spraying your doors for sight. Anyway, okay, one more thing. Clean shop. an extension. Now, I know you don't need it, and I know it's not the most important thing, but I think you should have it because my God, it just saves in your bag. When you're spraying constantly, week after week, year after year, and you're a painter, chances are you've got a bad bag. Just eliminate some of the bending down you do. That's 6 inches of extension, it saves so much on your bag. And a clean shot, it's 140 quid. There you go, nice close up of it. But I think it's worth its weight in gold. If you use an extension, you have to have a clean shot. And because we work on site, there's always shit in your way. Well, apart from my shit, this is just full of paint. But you've always got something in your way where you start spraying and you have to stop. You use the extension, spits all over the place. No. Get yourself a clean shot. You can stop in the middle ceiling, walk around whatever you need to walk around and spray. Anyway, I am done. This is the first video in a few months. There's going to be more. I'll see you in the flip side. Now let's work, baby. I've got one thing. 2 things as it goes. Generator. There you go, it's inside my van. That's the reason why I've forgotten it, because it wasn't inside my unit. But you need to get yourself a decent generator. I've got a step hill generator. There you go. You can see what make it is. And you see the power output on it. Now, it's important to get yourself a decent generator. This one cost me about 550 quid. Originally, I bought one from Amazon for about 200 quid, thinking, that'd be good enough. It seems powerful enough. I tell you what, it weighed a ton. It smelt like hell. And when I said it smelt like hell, as in the petrol, it just really stank out the whole van. You could barely smell the petrol coming out of this generator. And within a year, it broke down 3 times. On the third time, I just thought, like, you know what, this is not worth it. I fixed it twice, went back to the people I bought it from, complained, got the parts sent out to me, I fixed it, broke down again, I fixed it, and it broke down a final time, and I thought, you know what, it's time for me to get myself a decent generator. I've had this one now for about 2 years, and I've heard blokes talk about these step hill generators with the Honda engine. I can't see it's around the other side, but these step hill generators with the Honda engines, and they've had it in the garage for years and years and years. Pulled it out, started it up, and it started straight away. So that's another thing. And also, spill tray. They'd like for you to have these on site because obviously for environmental purposes, and that is like any petrol or oil that spills from your generator, it catches in the tray. So they will not allow you to work on site without one of these spill trays with your generator. So there you go. Right, now I can go and finish. Anyway, there you go. Step hill generator. They're good, really good.